Hi, Emma.
Hi,
My name is Alyssa, and I'm a writer for The Nocturnal. It's really great to meet you.
you too.
Thank you. As someone who has worked on many period pieces and dramas, what attracted you to this role and the mystery genre overall?
I've always been a real sucker for any detective series, detective film, true crime. I love it. I'm fascinated by it, all the gory bits of it. And um, yeah, so I was attracted for that reason, but also, as you say, because I've done a lot of period pieces, and it was a chance to do something very modern. And as someone who was like a character, was a big departure from anything I've done before.
Yes, absolutely. And I also wondered, how do you think your character's ability to accept challenges and prevail makes her more compelling? And how do you think she will resonate with Gen Z audiences?
I was really captivated by the character when I read the script for the first time because she didn't feel one dimensional in the way that I think sometimes detectives in these genres can fall into like quite one dimensional tropes, you know? And I felt like she had an optimism to her and a curiosity to her and a way of approaching the world that saw its darkness and saw all its flaws, but wanted to see the light as well, you know? And I think that was something I found really appealing to play. And I hope that people would really resonate with that as well today.
Yes, I think your character is definitely so much different than others in this genre, and it's going to be really cool for people. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
My name is Alyssa, and I'm a writer for The Nocturnal. It's great to meet you both.
Really
Nice
lovely to meet you.
you. Britt, I understand that you and Zal were researching mystery stories in preparation for this series, and you realized in your research that so many stories begin with annihilating young women. How do you think this series combats that stereotype?
I guess we tried to think about the crime scene that you normally encounter in the beginning of a mystery, and it's usually a space where you walk in and you usually find a young woman dead, naked or scantily clad with blood or mutilated in some way. And that image, which is dark and often sort of darkly erotic, charges the rest of the narrative, the idea of solving it. And the detective usually comes from a place of, he sees this victim but he's immediately thinking about the killer and how did the killer do this and what was the killer's psychology? And the narrative often becomes a kind of chess match between the figure of authority, the detective, and the killer, and how can they sort of outwit each other, in order to solve this crime. And I think we kind of thought about it like, well, what if we came to the scene of the crime and we put clothes on this woman and we stood her up and we cleaned the blood off of her face and we animated her with life? And what if she was the detective? And what if she was a citizen detective and she was just authorizing herself to solve, a crime or a case against someone that had fallen through the cracks? And so I think Darby Hart was born from that idea, and she came to us quite vividly as the coroner's daughter who, grew up in the Midwest, and her father was a medical examiner, and she was on crime scenes as a kid and felt an intense feeling about encountering those early, often unnamed, dead women, and felt a kind of passion to want to dedicate her life to solving some of those cases that were falling between the cracks.
Without getting paid for it or having a badge.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good that you guys kind of turn the stereotype on its head. And for Zal, how did you approach creating a mystery series for younger generations? And why do you think it's important that Gen Z resonates with this genre in a way that not many networks have done before?
Well, it was just interesting to think that there was a group of people who'd gotten a smartphone when they were like 11 or 12, and that, sort of now they're in their mid 20s and they've sort of been cradling that phone like a teddy bear, like we all have. And what are the pros and cons of that? The pro is that through the internet, Darby was able to meet Bill, so she was less alone she got to sort of meet someone and fall in love with someone. The con is that when we're behind our phones so much, we're not living real life. And so I think Brit asked both of us, she invited both of us to sort of say, can we tell a mystery where the detective evolves? Can she get out from behind her screen and sort of investigate herself and her past and her own life? And if she solves her own mystery, maybe she can solve the larger whodunit.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for your time today.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Really nice to meet you.